Well, good afternoon. Uh, Last time on research, we have been trying to outline the different kinds of analysis. We have talked about the textual analysis, which included the semiotic analysis part, then the rhetorical analysis part, and then we had the ideological kinds of analysis, which included the Marxist analysis, the the psychological analysis, and the sociological analysis. So I told you there are many more analytic processes. We are just concentrating on four or five of them, and your book on Artha Barger will help you to understand in detail what these different kinds of uh, analytic methods are. I have given you the outline, how to follow, and what are the main points that there are in these analytic process. As I told you, the analytic process comes at this third stage of your research process. First, you write the objective, then you discuss the methodology, how you sort of collect information, and then from the methodological part, when you have collected the information, as you have been doing through, as you have been going through um, well the different different collection of information through questionnaire method, which is a quantitative form of analysis, and then comes the final analytic element after you have gathered the information, which is the qualitative analysis. I have told you, you analyze in a mixed method, taking say the starting with the quantitative method, and then end up with the qualitative method. That's the mixed analysis method. And in the qualitative analysis, you find the textual analysis, the semiotic analysis, the you can choose any one of them. The semiotic analysis, the rhetorical analysis, or the ideological, the Marxist analysis, and uh, the sociological analysis, the psychologistic analysis, the different kinds of analysis, or as I told you, it could be a simple logical analysis. Now, I have sent you 2 pages, say 1.5 page maybe, uh, of the epilogue of the second book by Artha Barger, which I have at the moment. The other book, the more thick book, which gives in details of the different processes of analysis, that is with you. You can look into it. This particular book is just on the analytic methods, the techniques of analysis, and it ends with a very interesting way, and that 2 pages are basically the epilogue, the ending of uh, the analytic methods. And here I agree with this author very much, saying that uh, with so many kinds of analysis, one will tend to get confused and sometimes say that possibly there is no analytic method at all. I mean, no one analytic method is worth following. So, in fact, it calls, if you look at the page, you say smooth and analysis. And what is smooth? He explains smooth. Smooth is the kind of a mythical animal, a mythical creature, which says then it says it's all creatures that love more than anything else to do things for people, including offering themselves as food. Fried, they taste like steak; baked, like ham; roasted, like roast beef. Their whiskers can be used for toothpicks and their skin for leather, and they multiply like crazy. Now, here, this mythical animal, it doesn't exist. I mean, it's just trying to form an analogy and saying that American studies are like a smoo, meaning you can become, he said, uh, if you bake it, you are a historian. If you fry it, you are a literary critic. If you boil it, you are a sociologist. If you broil it, you are a political scientist. Meaning, whichever way you use it, you become a form of an analysis. So there are so many forms of an analysis, and really no one makes any sense. Or it is like that mythical bird, which you can use anything and everything and get away with everything. That is the what is he's trying to make a fun of the entire media analysis. He said the media analysis just does not exist. Every analysis has a point of view. Everybody has a point of view. So what's the point? I mean, if there are 1 million people, so there will be 1 million forms of analysis, 1 million forms of point of view. So why do you have to have an analysis at all? It doesn't exist at all. You can have an anthropological background, you make an anthropological analysis. You have a cultural background, you will make a culturological interest. You have a literary background, you will make a literary analysis. So there is no end to the media analysis at all. He says that it is better when you kind of it's a non-verbal behavior. You take up a non-verbal behavior. It becomes you analyze the facial expression. You are a Jungian critic. We have talked about this psychological analysis. Carl Jung. We have talked about Carl Jung. If you take a Carl Jung point of view, you will go by the archetypal analysis. So this goes on, and there is no end to the methods that you can employ. So he's saying one can say that you can be knowing nothing, and instead of employing something or any form of analysis, let it be what it is, whatever the media covers, and let it be and enjoy it. And that could be one view. But then he ends with this note, concludes with this note. Look, says, if you have to understand something seriously, clearly, anything to be understood seriously, analysis is important. If you are to appreciate and understand any work fully, analysis is important. What you will accept, how you will do it, it is up to you. You have to be self-critical. Try to be honest. Try to take up any method which you are comfortable in. Describe what the method is clearly, and then do an analysis. It is just an attempt to understand what you are reading or what you are dealing with, and a little more in depth. And that is what analysis is all about. He says, and that's the last sentence, he says, as creative people, they are also analytic. And analysts can also become creative. And what you need to do is, at the end, try to combine your analysis with your creativity. And that is what media analysis should do. Try to look at your text creatively and analyze the way in which you feel you're comfortable in. Okay, so this is a very humorous, light-hearted way of ending the book. But then, you should be able to, as I told you, the 6 rules of writing which George Orwell said. I have told you these things. Try to be. This is the freedom which good stylist will also tell you. You will write in simple English. You will avoid frills and additional words. You will avoid always write with a positive or maybe an active verb. That's the kind of things which you have to make a good style of writing. You have to do this. But finally says, at the 6th point, he says, if you have to avoid or drop any of these ideas or any of these points or all of these points to sound sensible and rational, then do it. That's the freedom. So here again, in the research that you are doing, all the methods that you have followed, try to understand them, but it is not important that you have to follow any of these styles or any of the analysis. You have the freedom to choose any method to understand your text more in depth. So you choose your method of analysis and do a good job about it. Try to be both analytic and critical. Okay, any questions, please ask.